Yasu, my name is Megan Shanahan, and this is the story of my semester abroad in Thessaloniki, Greece through the NUin program. If someone told me a year ago that I would be spending my first semester of college in Greece, I would not have believed them. However, I would not replace these past 3 unique months for anything in the world. Through studying at the American College of Thessaloniki, living in the marvelous Metropolitan Hotel, teaching at my service learning site, and traveling to different parts of Greece as well as internationally, I have come out of this program a changed person. Deciding to enroll in the NUin program came with a few hesitations. First of all, I had never been that far away from home, 6,540 miles to be exact. Looking at a map, it is literally halfway across the globe. Of course, I was sad to leave my friends and family and the comforts of my home of the last 18 years, but I knew the travels and experiences that awaited me could not be missed. This privilege to live abroad was not only a responsibility, but also a challenge. The world I knew before leaving my hometown in Northern California was not as diverse as it has become over the past few months. Not only have I learned what it means to be a Greek citizen, but also a world citizen. And to be a world citizen means you actively work in making the world a more beautiful place. Even if it's through the smallest of encouraging acts, as long as you affect one person, the world has consequently been changed. First arriving in Thessaloniki came with several cultural adjustments. The confusing language, weird food, different music, struggling economy, and overall slower European lifestyle took some time to adapt to. Eating at my first Greek taverna, taking a tour of the city with Thessaloniki locals, and having orientation at ACT comforted me in my first few days abroad. As time moved on, I embraced my new city and brought myself closer to knowing locals through my daily routine. For instance, I enjoyed exploring Greek desserts with Irene at Maraschino, spending time drinking my daily frappe from La Petite Rose, seeing familiar faces at the boardwalk, and of course, spending time with Gregoris, my favorite receptionist at the Metropolitan. Through the comforting hotel staff, amazing kitchen chefs, and consoling environment that was created, the Metropolitan Hotel and Thessaloniki quickly felt like home.
When life leaves you high and dry, I'll be at your door tonight if you need help, I'll shut down the city lights, I'll lie, cheat, I'll beg and bribe to make you well,
During my time in Greece, I was able to travel on NUin group trips as well as internationally on my own. Within Greece, I traveled to Athens and beheld the beauty of the Parthenon, to Halkidiki where I went tubing in the Aegean Sea, lived the relaxing island life in Rhodes with my parents, and of course my favorite trip, conquered Mount Olympus. It was incredible to experience Greek culture throughout different areas. On these trips were where I became closest with my friends as we traversed the Greek terrain together. Internationally, I traveled to London, England, and Florence, Italy. It was fulfilling to travel to these places and get a feel for the global culture. The architecture, people, and different languages helped me appreciate Europe as a whole. These weekends away were the most worthwhile way to spend my time abroad, and it was one of my favorite parts of living in Greece. Back in Thessaloniki, my weekly service learning site was teaching conversational English to 6th and 7th graders in the town of Fotsiati. 4 students, including myself, took 2 buses, walked 5 blocks, and traveled about 45 minutes both ways to get to the town hall where we held our workshop. Despite the excessive amount of traveling it took to get there, it was so worth it for the fun experiences we had teaching these kids. Not only have we been teaching them conversational English, but also about the American culture and what it's like to live there. During service learning, we were all witness to 2 completely different worlds colliding for the short amount of time we were together. If it weren't for the NUin program, our lives would have most likely never overlapped. Because of this, I cherished my time teaching these kids. Through them, I received a remarkable perspective of what it's like to grow up in Greece. It was great to work with them because they were all so motivated and happy to be with us.
Like a drum, baby, don't stop.
Overall, this experience has made me a more adventurous person, and I look forward to my next adventure at Northeastern. Thessaloniki will always hold a special place in my heart, but I look forward to my transition to Boston and am ready to approach life back in the United States with a more worldly perspective.
Sleep alone, I'll love you long after you go.